What's up guys, it's Nick. If you've ever used a mirrorless or DSLR camera to record video, you know how terrible the onboard mic really is. But there are small and budget-friendly options for on-camera shotgun-style microphones that you can use to improve the audio quality significantly, which is where the Rode VideoMicro comes into play. So before we go and test this out, let's go and unbox it and set it up. I really like Rode as a company, which is why I decided to go for another one of their products. Straight out of the box, you'll get a compact cylinder microphone, the Rycote mount with 3/8 thread hot shoe, a coiled 3.5mm TRS cable, and of course, a small dead cat windshield. Setting it up is pretty easy, so let's quickly run it down. The mic has a ridge, which is where you're supposed to attach it to the Rycote mount. There's another ridge that's supposed to hold the dead cat, so make sure you're inserting it properly in place. Doing this will allow both microphone and the dead cat to be set correctly, making them virtually unmovable. Connect the cable, and here's what I failed to see in other reviews. The mount has several indentations surrounding it. You might think these are there for grip, but really, you can push the cable inside it, giving the whole setup that needed stability. Doing this really helps with vibrations and the mic moving around. So, testing out different environments. Right now we're still indoors, but we're in a really open space and the biggest space in my apartment, which is my living room. It's surrounded by windows and there's only a bit of furniture, a wooden table right here, and the pillars around me. Now, since it's surrounded in windows, it also means that the background noise from the avenue next to me and the river next to me gets filtered in inside. It also means since it's such a large and open space, there's not many surfaces in which the sound can rebound, making a sort of echo sound that will be very noticeable in post. It's important to treat audio separately, especially if you're in different circumstances and in different environments, and treat the sound to what your specific need is and what you want that audio to sound like. We're still in my living room, but now we've changed angles and I'm a bit closer to the camera and the microphone. The proximity effect works wonders if you have an on-camera mic or just any type of dynamic microphone. So since we've changed angles, now my voice will be bouncing off a window, meaning that will be a bit more echo rather than the back, which is just a cement wall. Peter pickle pasa, Peter pickle pasa. The question is, can you hear the difference? There's also an important aspect to audio, and that is what you do in post-editing for the audio. This would be me without editing audio whatsoever. And this would be me editing and tweaking the audio just a bit to fit like what I want and how I want the audio to sound to you guys. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. For reference, this is me about 2 feet away from the camera and we're using the Rode VideoMicro. This is me around 1 foot away from the camera and we're still using the Rode VideoMicro. This is me around 2 feet away from the camera, but we're using the onboard mic on the camera. This is me around 1 foot away from the camera and we're using the onboard mic on the camera. I've come up to the rooftop of my building to test out how the mic works in an outdoor situation. Since we're so high up, the wind is also an important factor, which means we can test out the dead cat and see if it holds its own. I think most of you are looking into this mic for vlogging, so let's switch to that real quick. We're using the Joby GorillaPod to get the camera and the microphone directly in front of it. The weight is also pretty important since you'll be holding the camera in some way, and I can't really tell the difference between having the microphone on top of the camera or just not having it. It being so small can also lead to a more inconspicuous look, unlike other forms of on-camera microphones. It's just a really compact and portable microphone that won't affect mobility. But it also has its cons. Since it's so small and compact, it doesn't have an internal battery. This means it's running off of phantom power from your camera, which will drain the battery life on the camera. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy fox. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Can you notice the difference? And this is the best case scenario for the mic. We're using that right now and not this, so let's push it aside. It's basically my setup in YouTube Studio, where I make all my videos. And while it's not correctly audio proofed, and there's a huge window over there are walls completely surrounding the microphone in which the sound can bounce off properly. There's also my bed and a few other things that will help the echo and improve the audio quality. Things that I could do to make it better would probably place a rug right here and something like audio-proof blankets or curtains across the whole window. Being here allows me to use some other things that I purchased, namely this boom pole, just so that I don't have to have the camera in a set space, and it will allow me to get that proximity effect for better quality. But now that we've gone through the different spaces, what do you think about the audio quality? Well, to me, it's decent. It's obviously not on par with the Rode VideoMicro Plus or my Rode Procaster, but those are well above $200 over the price of the mic. The background noise separation was something that I was looking forward to, and I was not disappointed. Being able to place the mic directly where sound can reach it is miles above just using the onboard mic. You can also buy something like the SC7 cable by Rode to connect it to something like an iPhone or any other device that you want to record audio into. Cameras, namely Canon, are notorious for having terrible preamps, but it's good enough for what I'm using it for. The thing is, you will need to do some type of editing in post. So why did I buy it? If you've seen my other videos, you know that I have a pretty good microphone that I use for pretty much everything. But I always have it attached to the boom arm, and just removing it and setting it up every single time is too much of a hassle. It's actually the reason why I bought the boom pole in the first place. But that's not the main reason. You see, while I was filming my AirPods video, I moved my whole studio to a different set. This was all done for a different background, and while it was tedious, I still did it. The issue came when I forgot to change the microphone in Audacity, so I recorded a whole video while I was not using my mic, and the onboard mic on the camera was just not good enough. So if I have to be honest, I bought the mic as a backup and just for peace of mind. It really doesn't match up to the quality of my Procaster, but if all fails, I'll rely on it. I can also use it if I plan to shoot outside, or if I want to shoot somewhere that I can't move my studio to, which is pretty good for future plans. Do I think it's worth it in 2021? Yeah, why not? Rode is a great brand, and for around $60, you still get a budget microphone, but it has good quality. The competition has caught up though. The Boya Bai MM1 and the Movo VXR10 are good enough to mention. But like I said, I do like Rode as a company, and after watching countless of comparisons between all the mics, I came to the conclusion that I preferred how the Rode VideoMicro sounded, and I could pay the $10 to $20 extra for the premium of being in the Rode family. But as always, that's down to personal preference. With that being said, should I buy the other microphones and do a follow-up video comparing all of them? If you were on the fence about buying this one specifically, after watching the video, would you buy it? Let me know your thoughts about the mic in the comments down below. I hope you found this video useful, and if you did, remember that a like and a sub go a long way. All my socials are listed down below. I hope you had a great day. I'll see you later.